It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah.
Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, serves.
Alright, I was just watching some TV and I figured I'd just get on and talk about it because it's just so interesting to me. So I tend to watch all the little wedding shows and stuff like that, and it's so funny to me. After I watched all those, I started to watch some of the reality TV, the not Desperate Housewives, my bad. The Real Housewives and some of the reality TV like What Chilli Wants and the Brandy and Ray J show and stuff like that. And it just was so not funny, but it was just like interesting to me that basically they're going through and saying some of the same things that I'm talking about as far as just being single goes. Beautiful, successful women, looking for love and wanting love and just confused and all this stuff. Is just so, a lot of stuff don't make sense. And then I'm watching Ray J's side on the show, and he's with this girl who's, I guess, hounding him about cheating, and he's not cheating. So he was like, I can't handle this, man. This girl is just not understanding and all this stuff. She keeps accusing me of things I'm not doing, blah blah. And I'm like, I could see from the little bit that they even showed of her that, like, she was questioning him, talking about, like, he was getting ready for a video shoot, and she was like, what time are you coming home, and all this stuff. I'm like, maybe it's just me. And that's why I come to talk to y'all, because I'm like, wow. But I see it like this. To me, that was annoying me, her questioning him like that, because it was like, that man is working. He working. And you there at the video shoot. Why are you questioning this man about when he come home? You know what I mean? I just like, you'll see him when he get there. Like, what? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I mean, on one hand, it's like, I know he was talking to Brandy and one of his friends about it, and they was like, well, they both kind of said the same thing about, like, oh, you need to understand her point about it, and you understand her side, and you did this in your past, so she don't trust you, blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, I get all that too. And on one hand, it's like, if I think about it, like, okay, if this guy was cheating on me or something, how would I handle it? Maybe I would think a little differently about him. I don't know. But still, it's like I can still understand his side too, because it's like, I'm just working. I'm working. Why you asking me questions like that? That's what I was wondering. But here I am over here single. Just saying. I do feel like, and I think I said this before, that a lot of the women that are in relationships are the least understanding, and it kind of makes me not understand. Like, it's like I don't understand why that is, but I guess it's just one of those things. Like, once again, it seems like guys like that drama or something. It's like, really, man, I really like being drama free. I don't like arguing and any of those things. So I don't think there's ever been a relationship that I did hound anybody about where they were and stuff like that. And maybe it's because I do entertainment as well, so it's like certain things I understand on a different level when it comes to stuff like that. But then back to the women, the entertainer women, Chilli, Brandy, looking for love. I guess not finding it, but then I already came to the conclusion, why are we looking anyway? Why are we looking? But anyway. I mean, it's hard not to look because you want it. You know, you want that companionship. You want that love. It's like you're searching for it, but oh boy. Oh. It's hard out here for a single woman. Oh man. I was thinking about this video I saw on YouTube. It was this guy. He was kind of like, I guess he put up videos to let women know what's in a man's mind and stuff like that. So there was one video I was watching now that I felt like it was very informative. So I commented on it. I'm like, this is a very informative video. You know what I mean? I don't believe that all men think that way. But at the same time, it's like to see a man's perspective, it was kind of like interesting. You know, because maybe there were some things that I guess I have encountered that I was like, okay, I could see that. But then there might have been some things that was in there that I didn't know, which I'm sure there was. I just can't remember what they were. But, you know, some things that he said or some points he made that I was like, okay, let me help me understand that a little bit more from a man's perspective. But then I think might have been that same video or another video or something. Oh, it was the video that was the things I didn't agree with. But then on one hand, it's like, well, one is just one dude's opinion. Two, to a certain extent, I could see where he was coming from. So that's why I wasn't like a major, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said, you know what I mean? But he was basically commenting to another woman, and she was in the same position as like myself, Brandy, Chilli. You know, basically women that want love and are understanding or not really into the drama and all this stuff, you know, looking for love. And it's like, I guess he will be the ideal, what you think that, you know, a guy would want. But yeah, we're single. So, and he was like, well, there's no ideal, and you're just thinking that of yourself. You're thinking so highly of yourself, so blase, blase. But if you were that, this could be the reasons why. So it's like, and I tried to be like he was saying blah, blah, blah. And then when he got to the reasons why, then I'm like listening. Because it wasn't like that. Because I was taking what he was saying under consideration that maybe, you know, it could just be in our head, certain things, you know what I mean? But then, and this is just my perspective. And maybe, I don't know. I was thinking like maybe I shouldn't put it out there. But on one hand, it's like, it's something that's confused me from time to time. So if I got enough time, yeah, I will go ahead and put it out there. Basically, now this is just what men told me as far as myself goes. They've said that I'm like the ideal woman. I had one guy say, like, you have and know everything a man would want. And I was just confused. I'm sitting here like, okay, thank you for that compliment, but yet you're not trying to be serious with me or whatever. And it's just confusing. Like when you hear stuff like that, and I've heard it numerous times, so I don't know if they all got together, like somehow all the men in my past have gotten together and was like, okay, say this to that girl. I don't know. But, you know, they've said that. And I'm not trying to be like, yes, because I agree. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I think I'm a pretty understanding woman. I could see a lot of the concepts that they were saying, you know what I mean? So I can't be like, oh, I totally disagree with them, but I can't be like, I'm putting myself on some other higher thing. It's like, they're telling me all this stuff. So, at the end of the day, it's like, and I had to tell one guy too, I was like, when he said something like that, I was like, I think I did. I just basically was like that. You know, I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. But it's hard to believe when you're in my situation. It's hard to believe. Like, you're telling me I'm this great person, and you're telling me, you know, you're attracted to me, you're interested, all these things, but then when nothing is happening, it just seems like lies, basically. And I'm like, well, on one hand, like, I know certain situations, I thought about this before. I'm like, okay, maybe when a guy says that, maybe they're lying to you. You know, when I was thinking about myself, I was like, maybe they're lying to me. But some things, it's like, why would somebody lie to you about? You know what I mean? And then I've heard it numerous times. So it's not just this one person that said this stuff. It's over time, numerous times. So it's like, okay, if you see all these things in me that makes me this great woman, and I appreciate that you see it, great. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you think I'm a great woman. Yet I'm still in my situation. I don't know what that says. Now, on one hand, and I forgot this a lot too, so it's very interesting. It's like they can, well, I know having a couple of times where a guy would be like, man, the guy that gets you is like blessed. And I'd be like, why can't that guy be you? That's what I'd be wondering. I was like, okay, so you're basically talking like it's not you. Okay, I don't know what to do with that, because we talking right now. So you talking about this future man, and I'm like, great. But when you got like guys talking about the future man too, it's kind of confusing. I'm just saying, it's well, not confusing. It's just interesting, and I don't know what to do with it, really. I really don't. I don't know what to do with that information. It's like, but pray, be thankful, and wait. I can do those things. I'm doing those things. And it's like I listen. I mean, there's a lot of things where, you know, you hear things and you know, you let it register and think about it and let it marinate. You know. Like I said, just stuff like that it's kind of hard for me to hear sometimes.
Message received.
I bet you that ain't a guy. If you even heard it, but if you did, whatever. But yeah, you know, if anybody got any comments on that, let a sister know. I mean, and it's not just me. There's plenty of women on the television looking for love too. You know what I mean? And they seem pretty ideal to me, but maybe I'm just, once again, maybe it's just me. It's like, maybe that's just me. Well, till another day. See you.
It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah.
Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves.